In this section, I posted 2 videos relating to the dinner project activity that I had my students do. In the first video, we worked on a question relating to food and money, and I had them work with their groups to solve it. I think that I gave them adequate time to answer the question as a group and to discuss it with each other to see if they all agreed, and then allowed each group to share their response. In both of these videos, I think that I allowed students to work on complex tasks. They had to actually put what they know to the test, and it wasn't just computation problems. They had to apply it to real-world situations. I provided them with resources such as the Lowe's Foods website and myself, and then their workbook with the questions in it. So I think that they had a lot of opportunity to ask questions and get help and use resources that they needed to accomplish this task. I also think I did a good job at celebrating the students' success. You hear me say good job, and hearing from all the other students and their groups and comparing their answers. But I think I say good job a lot throughout the videos and my teaching in general. I had to organize students into groups, and they had to think back on information that they learned all throughout this whole unit with decimals. So it wasn't just one operation. They had to use every single operation in solving these problems. And I feel like you can also see my relationship with the kids. You can see how I talk to them and how we interact, that I have built strong relationships with them. Students were supposed to record their information and all of their food items and prices in the chart in their workbook, and then discuss it with their peers. I also think that I did a pretty good job at probing questions and asking them why and how they got it, and if a student was confused or maybe gave the incorrect answer, I feel like I did a good job at getting the correct answer out of them or allowing them to understand why they got the question incorrect. This project was really great to allow my students to collaborate with each other. You got to see their creativeness and understand why they all wanted to pick certain foods, and it was really cool to see them get so invested in this project, and some of the kids even wanted to actually make these meals. I told them it wasn't allowed in class, but they could do it at home, and to bring the recipes home and the ingredients that they need to their parents and see if it would be a possible thing to do at home. And I feel like I also related to their backgrounds pretty well. Some of these students may not have some of these life experiences that others do or that we as grown-ups do. So being able to explain some of those things to them, like with the 99 cents and $1. If I go to a store and something costs 99 cents, I'm not really going to ask for that penny back. But these are 11 and 12-year-old students that might not understand that concept or may not have been in the position to understand the concept. So I feel like explaining that and kind of just giving them those real-life examples definitely helps them understand the content more and how they'll actually use it in real life. So often students ask me that, and sometimes it is hard to give answers as to why they need to know it, but most of the time I can give a nice real-world example and say, listen, this is what you'll have to do one day, so it's time to start learning now and applying it to our real world. And one thing that I think I could have done better is trying to keep track of all the groups. It's always difficult to have eyes and ears on every single group, but you can tell in the video that at points one of the boys wasn't completely engaged and it was more of just the other two working together, and you could see how hard they were working together and collaborating with each other, putting input in. But you could also see that the other boy was a little distracted at times. So just having eyes and ears on every group is something that I really need to work on. And that'll just come with practice, but that's something that I would like to focus on for the future.